All right, episode 3 of What Does John Practice and Teach? So today it'll be a little more specifically jazzy. And so here's just a kind of a little snapshot approach of what do I do when someone says, hey, can we do this tune tonight? Okay, and it's a rather tricky jazz tune that I've not played before, or at least I can't remember if I've ever played it. In this case, it's Children of the Night by Wayne Shorter. I will put a photograph of the lead sheet for it in the comments section so that you can see it. It's easy to find though. This happens to look like it came out of the iReal book or Jamie Aebersold thing. Anyway, so aside from going to the source recording, which this one does actually have a kind of a signature bass riff thing, intro. But otherwise, it's kind of a modal, modern jazz, blue note kind of swing with a pedal point. So one of the first things I do, and this is jumping quickly, one of the first things I make sure I do, I give it a little harmonic analysis as I play through it. This one is basically F sharp minor over B. So that's basically a B7 sus. And I always kind of see if I can tell if there's anything significant around it that's cueing me about what tonality that's really in. In this case, it doesn't have a key signature. That's because this is one of those tunes that modulates key centers so much there's no point in putting a key signature. So it's all accidentals. The very next chord is G major 7, sharp 11, but over a B also. And so what I noticed is I started playing between those two chords, B7 sus, followed by the G major 7 over B. What I noticed is that actually both of those chords are diatonic to the key of D major. So that wouldn't have been an intuitive thing. I wouldn't have normally thought of that sound, because normally when we think of B7 sus, we think of it as maybe being 5 of E. But in this case, noticing that F sharp minor and G major 7 are both diatonic to D major. So that was kind of an interesting discovery. So that's not to say you're stuck with that, or glued to that, but just noticing that. So one of the first things I do is kind of assess what the surrounding terrain is telling me harmonically. And then I spend time either playing the scale sound all over the bass, slower than that, but etc. So I get comfortable with the tonality that I'm in. And then if I want to kind of try what would I get if, and then I might try some variations, like what would I get if I actually created more of the sort of E major sound for the B sus chord, followed by the D. So then I'd be playing two keys back to back, basically a B7 sus, more in the E major tonality, followed by the G over B sound of D major. So I can hear that color change, followed by the second chord, the B, So I'm a big believer in, even though chord progression might happen behind me, there might be a chordal instrument, but I really try my best to get a handle on creating the tonality of a tune without dependency on the chord, so that I could create a change of color just with what I'm doing in my solo, followed by. So that kind of thing. And then I notice this tune happens to have a bunch of, once the bar 9 happens, there's a bunch of real quick key change tonality key change center changes real quick, and it goes from E flat major 7, a 2-5 in C, then a 2-5-1 in A, then a G major. So we're kind of back to the D major tonality, and then a 2-5-1 in B. So all together, here's all and notice the third relationships. We have E flat major, C major, A major, D major, and B major. So it just goes all over the place. And so I just try to make sure I will work out things like this, like here's an arpeggio of E flat major 7, followed by whatever I need to be able to play quickly into in C major, followed by what I need to be able to get to quickly to play a 2-5-1 in A major. And I'm talking while I play, but so I don't know how accurately I'm playing. And followed by here's G major 7, pivoting into D major. There's my D major, 2-5-1 in B major. So I kind of might practice playing the D major tonality, followed by a turn into the B major. And I'll do this in different areas of the bass, etc. One good trick to try, and again, I'm way summarizing and I'm cognizant of time. It's already 6 minutes on this video, so it's going to take a while to upload. But anyway, one other thing that you might try, because scale shapes, in thumb position are good, so being able to play nice changes of color, darting in and out of key centers quickly within the narrow range of thumb position. Which you can work out slower than that. That kind of thing. But then one really great exercise that you should take your time with, since arpeggios are actually harder than scale shapes in the end. So try going up one chord, so you can go to the very bottom, lowest note of that chord on the bass. In this case, first chord is F sharp minor 7. So I'll arpeggiate the entire length of the bass, playing that arpeggio. Maybe use even a different fingering on the way down. And then arpeggiate the next chord going up. Some variation there of G major 7, followed by E flat major 7 going up. But then what I like to do is try going up one chord and down the next. So watch what this, I'll just go to the bar 9 area where the keys change rapidly. So here's the E flat major 7 going up. Sorry. There's the D, that's the top of E flat major 7, coming down D minor 7. And then up the G7, down C major 7, up a B minor 7, etc. So then you get to hear, how you might wind up being able to use some of that melodically, and it really kind of gets you more comfortable with stuff that moves more, so that in the middle of soloing you might be able to go, here's just that first part again, E flat to the C tonality, so something like that. So that was just a little up the E flat major, down the D minor to G to C thing. Or here I am playing C major 7 going up, down the 2-5. So that was up C major, down the tonality of 2-5-1 in A. So all right, hope that helps. I was talking over the top of myself playing, but hopefully that gives you some tips of the kinds of things I work on when I'm tackling a tricky jazz tune and I don't have much time to work on it. Okay? All of the stuff I showed you, of course, you can stretch out and spend as much time as you need. I'm a big fan of taking your time. Okay? Take care.